Wonderfully imagine a charming student, smiling, inspiring confidence. And then imagine that same girl committing an act that stirred the entire state to its very soul. And after a crime specific to the Japanese context, where the accused include cuties with anime traits, she becomes the subject of worldwide internet discussion, inspiring admiration, inspiring artists to create artwork and fostering fan clubs. In a nutshell, it's utter madness. The story of Natsu Mitsuza, commonly known as Nevada-chan, is revealed in this video, where we'll explore how she transformed from a seemingly innocent schoolgirl to the most terrifying villain. To understand the big picture, it is worth mentioning the event of 1997 when the teenager brutally murdered the entire country, which led to the lowering of the age of criminal responsibility from 16 to 14 years. Then, in 2001, Takuma Mamoru attacked students at Keda Elementary School with a knife, resulting in 8 dead and 15 injured. The tragedy awakened the authorities' concern for security at educational institutions, which has translated into increased measures to counter such threats, including turnstiles, pass systems, and security guards. However, lowering the age of criminal responsibility and increasing security measures have not prevented serious consequences, including the Nevada-chan case. Not much is known about Nevada-chan, but she was never open to the world, communicating with loved ones briefly and grumpily. Her home life was outwardly quiet, but her passion for anime and manga developed into an unhealthy craving for violent movies, especially Battle Royale, which she watched with rapt attention. She led a virtual life on Cafesto, a platform similar to its predecessor Twitter, where she found friendship with a classmate, Satomi, with whom she socialized in real life as well. Despite the problems, their interactions were serene at first, both of them passionate about basketball. But unfortunately, Nevada-chan was forced to leave the club for her studies, which may have been the impetus for future events. An in-depth analysis of the events paints a picture where a clear fascination with brutality, death and violence, amidst self-isolation and lack of lively socialization, led the girl to make unconventional shopping choices. Nevada was accustomed to solitude, finding her refuge in the online space. Her classmates and teachers said that although the girl's academic achievements were slightly better than average, she generally appeared to be a peaceful and unassuming student. That would change by 5th grade, when her mental balance began to falter. Various comments said that Nevada was no longer able to look people in the eye during conversation, becoming testy over minor causes that agitated her, though to others they seemed trifling. She called her peers names and even, according to reports, sometimes threatened with a clerical knife. She saw Nevada's future as a mangaka or illustrator, and she began practicing by creating her own stories. One of her scripts was hilariously reminiscent of Battle Royale, with characters having both the names and personality traits of her classmates. In no small amount of detail, she pondered the means of each character's demise, coming up with brutal methods. Before the direct act, she was in an unstable relationship with her friend Satomi, with whom her ties had been tight since leaving basketball. By chance, this strained interaction is rekindled, and one day, in a rare playful state, Nevada leaps onto Satomi's back, which elicited a joking remark from the latter about her severity. That the friendly comment hurt Nevada so much emphasizes her vulnerability. The state of the relationship between Nevada and her classmates is deteriorating. A number of mundane school conflicts and quarrels appear in her online profile on the Cafesto platform. However, Satomi's actions, though unwanted, especially given Nevada's psychological state, will be a real challenge. The insult, once again coming from Satomi, reiterates the severity of what caused Nevada to react violently the previous time. Requesting the removal of the comment and facing rejection and ridicule from Satomi, Nevada grew increasingly heated from the inaction and insults, prompting her to take decisive action. Exploring various options, from edged weapons to strangling, Nevada comes up with a definite plan. It is June 1st, 2004, the first day of school in Japan after summer break. A few hours after classes begin, Nevada approaches Satomi, lures her into an empty auditorium, and there, in a tense atmosphere, utters the dreaded, "Today, you will die." Then asks Satomi if she wants a handkerchief tied over her eyes. With a moment of decisive action, Satomi rejected the offer to cover her eyes, to which Nevada, after covering her gaze with her right hand, pulled out a sharp stationary object with her left. With a sharp motion, she slit her friend's throat from behind. Shocked by the sudden attack, Satomi jumped up and tried to fend off the attack, but Nevada continued to strike. After the final forces of the clash, the wounded Satomi fell to the floor, where Nevada sat down next to her and waited for her to stop moving. Having ascertained the immobility of her victim, the drama performer resumed her journey to the classroom, entering it already covered in her opponent's blood, holding a weapon and a piece of cloth. The teacher, seeing her and thinking of the misfortune, ran up to examine her, but could not find any wounds on Nevada. Here, the real panic begins, explanations are demanded, and finally, Nevada utters, "That's someone else's blood," pointing to Satomi's death room, and confesses to the horrible deed. Leading the teacher to the victim, Nevada cried the entire time on the way, and when the teacher discovers Satomi, immediately screams for help. Despite still breathing easily, the ambulance that arrived could no longer help. Her heart had stopped beating. The crime scene, with blood and blade debris, was a traumatic experience for many witnesses. Once in custody, Nevada, showing restraint, begins to gradually reveal details, confesses under interrogation, talking about his action and his concept of the evil done. The mother tries to delve into what happened, but Nevada is mostly silent. A night at the police station is spent apologizing to the officers, with the details of the attack she is unwilling to divulge. At first, the explanation was implicit, as if for no reason, but later, Nevada admits that the origin of the tragedy was an online altercation and comments that Satomi refused to stop, pushing the situation to the limit. The murder shocked the public given the young age of the contestants and the brutality of the act. Satomi's father expressed his bewilderment and pain at the loss of his daughter at a press conference. The age of responsibility was lowered to 14, but Nevada was only 11, and that didn't play a role in her case. The punishment was 2 years in foster care, extended for 2 more. Nevada's Asperger's syndrome added to her difficulties in communicating with others. Ultimately, with the original term in 2008, authorities did not push for an extended sentence, though Nevada could decide for herself whether or not to stay in the facility. In the end, she did not gain her freedom until her 20th birthday in 2013 and is now trying to reintegrate into society. It should be noted that Nevada's notoriety skyrocketed after the incident. Sweatshirts with Nevada printed on them went out like hotcakes. Such was the demand after the university store, mistakenly mistaking the need for such rapid sales, offered an assortment of them. However, upon realizing the reasons for the frenzy, the merchandise was immediately withdrawn. Nevada's reputation blurred the boundaries between the virtual and physical worlds, becoming a favorite image for cosplay among Japanese girls, as well as inspiring thousands of artists to create a variety of graphics ranging from innocuous to downright crude. To summarize the above, this story is undeniably shocking, but it also highlights serious issues of mental well-being and social pressure. The story demonstrates the extent to which individuals can be occupied by paralyzing ideas and the devastating effect cyberbullying can have over time.